Morning. It's I look at the computer. 7:58. I've got the tryout thing at 1. You need to be there at like 12:30. And literally made sure I had a decent roll out on my legs last night, so nothing cranked or anything. So I didn't explain in the video. So we wound up not going out to the field because there was just so much intermittent rain and Willie hadn't eaten all day. So we went back to his place and we watched some film. That's that. And we watched a little bit of film. I said hi to Caesar, talked to his mom, and then we got home. And then I came home and I did the video. I thought my sleeves might have come in because like they said that they were coming in at like it got to Hillsborough at like 3 o'clock. And I was like, oh, and if it were delivered by like UPS, FedEx, DHL, whatever, it probably would have been today. But DHL moved it over to the post office. And the post office is already out for delivery at that time. In fact, we're usually getting our mail at like 3 o'clock. Going to hop on WoW here for a little bit. Eat my breakfast. Wake up, get the body energized. And then I will get around to blowing out some of this morning stretching and whatnot. Things are a little stiff. I was sitting in the car for the bulk of yesterday. I need to get a little bit in. I also wanted to check what Felicia said about, because she said 12:30 and I'm like, okay, cool. There's a tryout, so I have yes, time, check in at 12:30, tryout start at 1, okay. Put in the gif of, alrighty then. Hopefully people still find Ace Ventura pretty funny, not offensive. I don't know what is and is not offensive anymore. I'm just going about my business. If someone finds it offensive, that's just how it goes. Alright. Hi! Got gloves, got a helmet. Need to charge my phone. Not charge it at the house, it's at 56%. But I'm driving up to Ridgefield, so. Sorry, I got a comment on YouTube. I'm gonna read that real fast. But I'm on someone's crappy Wi-Fi. Whatever, I'll figure this out. I gotta get going. I'll see you guys up in Ridgefield. So, we have practice done. What? Bring it to the next practice? Malcolm's here, Cody's here. A lot of people here except our lineman. That little boy from... You showed up. Never played football before. Has no idea what position to play. Probably just going to use him as cannon fodder.
I know.
What is your name? I'm old and forgot.
William.
William. Oh! I'm not going to call you Willie because I already got a Willie. We weren't really doing too terribly much today. Just 7-on-7. We did like a 40-yard dash, did a 3-cone drill. Some other drill that I didn't do because I'm not a receiver.
All right, Coach. It was nice.
Danny showed up.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Alex. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so if the practices are...
There's Alex.
There are too. If the practices are in the morning...
We got Alex, Gunner, and Lefty all showed up, so... Well, that's basically since the Bucks aren't a team. Everyone just, like, came out to here. They had to have been fully convinced about something to not come back. I wish I could flip you. Malcolm ain't showing up, but I think he's directly behind the camera. Okay. I had some people from the Bearcats here. Some new people. We're here at Ridgefield. Spudders. This is the home field, right? Yes. Yeah. But practices are going to be a little figuring that out for the time being. So yeah, I'm gonna get off the phone here and probably record back in the car. It's starting to rain. Alright, I'm in the car now. I had to chit chat with Malcolm. Alright, YouTube. I was like, car, why are you registering YouTube? So yeah, it's starting to rain. Malcolm's still up there, they're all chatting. And I wish I had the camera with me though. I didn't have my phone because I was taking care of business. You know, Aaron wasn't here, so I'm gonna hang out with Willie tonight. Later. Something. I just do. You know, so yeah. Let's do like a, you guys will see it if you're on my Snapchat, but by the time this video goes live, you ain't gonna see it. Good practice. Got in actually a fair bit at outside linebacker. I didn't quite get a pick, but you know, can't catch with your elbows. Good practice. Got in actually a fair bit at outside linebacker. I didn't quite get a pick, but you know, can't catch with your elbows. Good practice. The Bluetooth is quite a delay. That's that. Wish I could have recorded some, but Aaron's like, no, I don't want to come. And as you guys saw, I mean, effectively, I was in the right spot, and probably the most critical person on that field basically just said, catch it next time. Like literally, the ball came in and you just slid right. I mean, stood right here and I tried to pinch my elbows together. I could feel it slide down my arm. It just wasn't, I didn't have this. I tried to catch it like that. Dummy me. I mean, but, you know, like I said, I was almost close to a pick at outside linebacker. I don't think I got a pick at DB at all last year. And I'm already was in the right position to get a pick. It's going to be a great year. Well, looks like the person behind us is moving out. Man, they got a lot of furniture for a one-bedroom. Probably shouldn't have necessarily saw that.
They were trying to bring up a piano.
Bring down. They're moving out.
Okay.
They have 2 pianos. Anyways, so he's been
Fooling around with Hearthstone mostly.
Oh, now that I'm home.
This a little while ago.
Oh my god. So apparently Malcolm, being born and raised in like Portland, identifies with the Crips. Or he identifies with the Bloods. So he always talks about them blues, or whatever. I don't know. Just whatever. And so Joe Vaughn's like, so can Bloods get into cryptocurrency? And I just sat there and went, that's why Aaron's not here today, because he's busy trading that.
Oh, God, that's bad.
I'll tell you this
so
much.
Bad.
I'll tell you this much. As much as Joe Vaughn was like not too terribly happy with me last year, and then I showed up to this, he and I really weren't talking. I wasn't engaging conversation, just sort of hanging around in defense huddles and whatnot. But, you know, when I'm sitting there in cover 2 for a linebacker and like lefty throws the ball straight to my lap because the receiver was barely out of range, and I was like, Phew! Joe Vaughn's like, make sure you catch that next time. I was like, yeah, apparently elbows aren't good at catching things. But the fact that it was like right there, landed right in my hands, and I was like a hair's breadth too late to react to it. But the thing is, cover 2 isn't that big a deal because it's just like it's around the hash. Because I'm already 5 yards off, basically on the hash, and then it's a circle around that. It's like 3 yards back, 3 yards out. That's basically, it's called the hook to curl, and it's outside of middle field but inside of outdoor field. It's weird. I can show you. And it'll make sense with a diagram, but the slot came up and I bumped him. That was the one thing that happened. I was bumping everybody that came up to me. I was like, no. Hands on, reroute just a little bit. Every person. They come through my zone, I'm somewhere near 5, guess what? You're getting a hand on. Every single person. I made sure to do that. I was not calling in ins. I was not calling out at outs. Gotta get better at doing that, but considering where I was just not bumping anybody, and by the end of practice, he's like, you want to go out and play corner? And I was like, I don't want to get embarrassed today. So you've been sitting around drinking water, you have a coffee. Did you go down to the...
Yeah. I ask them to leave a note or call whoever has carport 31 where Steve parked and say, sorry for having someone park in your spot. It was my fault. I misunderstood. Thanks for not having them towed. And they said, okay, we'll give them a courtesy call and say thank you for that. Mm-hmm. And I said, and sorry. Yep, and sorry.
Yeah.
Having them work as a go-between, it's like, it adds that level of not getting in anyone's face.
Well, not getting in anyone's face or not having to deal with the fact that someone flipped out. Or the fact that they're not even in this building. That's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, the little Asian guy with the big giant truck is moving out.
Oh, okay.
They have 5 times as much furniture as we do. Because I had to walk by the door. I looked in, saw a full dining set, 2 couches. They're moving a piano. There's already a piano in. The big U-Haul's half full. I don't know where this person had all of this crap.
It may have been in storage, and they're just moving out of this apartment, like moving one person out of one place.
It's possible that him and the... Because I was like, he has a wife, but they don't seem to live together. So maybe they're moving them. I don't know. But like, we have that, and that. And then a bed.
And a couple shelves.
Well, we got that shelf, this thing, and that. And then some things there. We don't have a lot. But to be fair, we have a lot of room. And as I've seen, just as at least the older generation of Asians, they tend to live very pathway. But it's nice pathway.
Yeah.
It's not like, what is that show? Hoarder's Pathway.
Gotcha.
It's not a hoarder's pathway. It's just a very neat pathway because they walk neat. They don't just, obviously they don't carry shoulder pads and a helmet around, but like, rah! Anyways.
Yeah.
So we knew we'll get something to eat because if anything, I just need absolute food.
Yeah.
Did my package come? Should come with the mail.
I don't know.
You don't get emails about it because their thing is all buckered up, right?
Yeah, thing's still bucked up.
Alright, so we just got done at IHOP. I had strawberry banana pancakes because, potassium, I guess. Better than having just pure sugar chocolate. Aaron had some sort of...
Steak omelet.
Yeah. Was it physically hot? I saw you doing your...
A couple times.
There's physically hot, and then I thought maybe there was a bit of spice to it?
No. It had hash browns in it, and the eggs kept the hash browns hot.
Okay. Potatoes can...
Hold heat really well.
But no, the joke is potatoes can reach supercritical heat pretty easily because they don't really do anything.
Yeah.
They don't inflate. They don't dry out really fast because, I don't know if you guys have ever cooked a potato, like baked a potato. The potato will dry out, but if you have it nice and wrapped, it just gets hot and hot and hot and hot and hot. And pretty soon it's just like, oh my God, this thing is so hot.
Yeah.
I know, it has to our signal's really low right here.
Yeah.
So it makes you kind of think that if there's something going on at the swim center or even a soccer thing.
Or it could just be a nearby towers out.
Yeah. Because we're usually really good in Freddy's, even with it being kind of a weird Faraday cage, but it's super low right now.
Yeah.
And the only Wi-Fi I could find was Mickey D's, and that's you're on 1 bar. No, thank you. So I'm still kind of hungry, and I don't know what I want. I think I was because I had 4 slices of crispy bacon, and then 4 strawberry banana pancakes, and then coffee. I don't think I'll have anything much for dinner, and I don't know if I want to go get something and take it home, but then I'd be shoving more food in my mouth.
I mean, it's 5:15-ish, 5:17. Worst case, we can just, get food later. And it's Saturday, places are open late.
Yeah. Maybe even do that Sherry. No, I didn't really think anything on that was great for me. I mean... Oh, no, we realized that burger could work.
Yeah.
And what's the worst? I don't eat a burger completely, but Sherry's burgers aren't big, thick, juicy pieces. I can even say, can you get my burger well done?
Yeah.
I mean, if Sherry's can't do a well done burger... like I said, I wanted to hang out with Willie, but he's just cramping all the heckin' back from his practice. He's like, I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. Maybe we can hang out later. I'm like, well, we better hang out tomorrow, because I need to talk about that practice. I need to just actually physically talk. I don't need to like go over much of anything. But I don't want to have another week. I mean, I could have done chess today. Oh well.
Yeah.
Gym's open. Like we can go do chess tomorrow in the morning. I should probably tell him that one on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Because if his legs are cramping, I was like, you can at least do chest, you not do legs, yada yada. Got to keep himself primed, just right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My phone vibrated. Sometimes the car does a weird vibrate, and I think my phone vibrates. Okay, now that it's been late enough, the Falcons are going on to the next round of the playoffs, and the Titans are going on to the next round of the playoffs. It's wildcard weekend. And I think the other, because there's the bracket right now of the four, so I think the other 4 teams play tomorrow. I don't know, I haven't checked the schedule. He's making a White Wolf character generator sheet. For those of you who don't know that, it's a full-blown, okay. White Wolf is the core system.
White Wolf is the company that makes the core system.
Okay.
It uses the same basic system for...
Trying to figure out why this cord comes like down here, goes under his armpit. I'm like, what's...
So it stays out of the way so I don't run over it.
I know. I'm just like, pat. Why do you have a cord here? Are you a marionette all of a sudden?
I got no strings to hold.
I'm just gonna keep hitting him. So you're doing a White Wolf character generator, and this is for just generic White Wolf?
This is for any White Wolf.
Any White Wolf.
Like, it's going to be for Vampire first, because I know the system best, but then I'm going to add in adaptations for it for Werewolf, Fairy, Promethean, Mage, God, and Human.
So basically, there is an entire company that has made a tabletop RPG thing, very similar to Dungeons and Dragons, based around all that supernatural crap that we talk about, that we make movies about on the Sci-Fi Channel.
And Netflix.
Yeah, but they each have their own core, like, book. But then again, even D&D has that with like the Wizard book and the Fighter book and the Barbarian book, and that's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, this isn't like Elf book or Dwarf book or Gnome book. Wait, what's the Dwarf book called? Intro to Archaeology. Damn diggers. Anyways, I think Aaron and he wanted to go to Bannings last night, but I was like, that's too far of a drive. Let's go to Black Bear. So we went to Black Bear instead, because all I was going to do is going to get a BLT. But when we left IHOP, I was like, something was missing. Like, I started chowing down on my 4 pieces of crispy bacon, was like, I need more. Because it's like, the pancakes are so tasty, but they're just like airy carbs. And they don't actually have much. Like, even... You know, because I had to do the 40 and I had to do the shuttle, and there's a couple other things that we did. And then I did, you know, about 1/3 of the reps as outside linebacker today. And so I'm like, okay, well, with about 2 hours and whatnot, I did maybe 35 minutes of actual, like, MyFitnessPal, what I call flag football. Even though flag football and competitive football don't have a calorie change, it's just, how do you want to call it? I call it flag football because we weren't actually tackling people. We didn't have pads or helmet on or anything. So I put that in, and I'm like, oh, I still need to eat like 1,400 calories just to maintain my normal food, because there's nothing in the pancakes. And bacon is pretty much protein and fat. Like, if you're on a keto diet, bacon is the best thing ever. Didn't know that. Like... Because that's the idea of a keto diet. No carbs. Guess what's not in bacon? Carbs. It is fat and protein. And that's all you want. All the bacon you want. You can fry it up all you want. Eat all the bacon you want, but don't put it on bread. You can get a BLT, get it wrapped in lettuce. I'll probably be heading off to Bannings here as soon as he gets some semblance of, like, I can hit Control S.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. Morning. I've been mucking around. I completely spaced. Because I was a little bit, like, delirious when I woke up this morning, because kind of the day after practice and whatnot. Plus, I ate tacos last night. And I just sort of passed out. Food coma. Whatnot. We didn't get home till, like, noon 30, so I probably could have recorded last night with the morning.
Yeah, probably.
What'd you eat?
Soup and salad. Chicken tortilla soup.
Chicken tortilla soup. If you guys are No, I didn't put it on my Snap story. I'm trying to... Anyways, is the people on the date behind us was something special. He was trying... See, the thing is, we got in and I saw that it was a guy with kind of like a button-down shirt with a collar, and it was nice, and he looked like he had styled hair and was sitting there very proper at the thing. I didn't see her because her back was to our booth. So I was like, oh, okay. They're probably, you know, they're opposite from each other rather than next to each other. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then we sit down and I'm like, oh, I think they're on a date. I think they're on a date. And he's like trying really hard and agreeing with everything she says. And he's such, yeah, certain words I don't want to say, but yeah. And, but we sat there and listened the entire time. It was to the point of like, I can't eat because he's loud enough, but not loud that if I chew, I'm going to miss parts of the conversation. So I'm sitting here with like chili and getting cold with cheese and onions on it, and tater tots with sour cream, guacamole, cheese, green onions, and salsa on top of them, getting cold because I'm trying to listen to this guy just bumble through a date. It didn't actually click. It didn't, none of this was like, this all got done when they got up and they left and they were paying basically at the counter rather than from the table, which is fine. And I realized she was in like a really baggy overcoat with like sleeper pants on and Crocs. And I was like,
either he's getting laid or he's never had a chance.
yeah, it's either there's something happening in the car in the parking lot, and she's just trying to maintain being comfortable, or he never had a chance, and she's just like, I'm kicking back on this one. That's Aaron's mycologist.
It's not doing what it's supposed to, and I don't know why.
Might be time for him to go, for us to go.
Forgot row.
It might be time for us to go get something to eat. It's not supposed to be doing what it's doing. This isn't World of Warcraft. You can't just, you know, push W and go forward. No. By the way, haven't opened it yet, even though I really need something out of here. And Aaron's like, well, just open it. I'm like, but it's called unboxing, brah. I like to be authentic. That's why people love the channel, is because I'm authentic. And if I, you know, I might record it later today, but I don't want to record it right now. I don't want you in the middle of the video just like, damn it. Oh, I can keep quiet. No, if the codes frustrate you enough right in the middle of recording.
Yeah.
I know what coding days are with him. But yeah, I got the last... Got the outlaw weapon on my rogue. Should probably just suck it up and go get like the last one on many of my other characters. Go get the resto mace. Go get the resto stick for druid. The resto mace for shaman. CD's already got all three of hers. I think, yeah, she's got holy. And then Ratza got all hers. Raleigh's got all his. Yeah, I just need to go do Kanoru's. It'll give me another thing to just sink artifact power into, I guess, and to spend, you know, Veiled Argonite on so I can put artifacts in these things. So, alright. I had a panic moment because I thought I had the camera in my pouch for the hoodie, and
then couldn't find it.
And then I couldn't find it in mod, and I was like, why would I take it in mod? I usually don't. Sometimes I do. Maybe I did this time. Where's it on the counter? They will make mod-sized breadsticks.
This is a horrible discovery.
Well, because they forgot to make it, because we ordered it, and then Aaron paid for it, but the guy forgot to make them. This has happened...
It's happened
4 times a year.
That much?
Yeah. But the thing is, we come in every week. That's 4 out of 52.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
1 out of 13.
That's 1 out of 13. Here's the thing. Considering their turnover of people, and sometimes we come in at busy times.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. to only forget breadsticks. So they're like, oh yeah, well, we will remake it. I mean, we've gotten free breadsticks because they got too burned. And I was like, more carbon. So that's that. And so I'm like, they're like, oh no, I'll upgrade your mod size. Aaron's like, no, don't. No, that, you know, that'll throw off calorie counts. And I was like, yeah, it kind of would. But then, but before he said it, I was like, oh no, like I'm just sitting there like looking at my pizza, just like, breadsticks the size of this pizza? He goes and gets the breadsticks that they made, and they're mod sized. So I've thrown my calories off today. I've been kind of throwing the calories off recently because I was chinsing my calories too much, and it felt like my muscles and stuff were just being drained too much. I had the right protein going in, but I didn't have enough fat and carbs to necessarily sustain things, so I was just like slowly weakening. And I'm like, you know, this is winter, and I'm gonna be putting in a lot of work as is, like with Willie on the field, so I can go back up because I cut my calories a little bit to lose a little bit of weight. But then I also increased my yeah. I need to reassess that. New year, new me, new calorie counting. Whatever. You gonna go get your back cracked? Yeah. Gonna go get his back cracked because it's not a holiday and they ain't gonna close early. Plus, it's only like a 1:14.
Chicken sausage gumbo, which I have for lunch sometimes.
Beef roast with au jus. Beef roast with au jus. Coffee chobani. Much spicier than what you get or what you've had before? Much spicier than Campbell's? Yeah, okay. I guess, you know, when you got a group of people in a grocery store and you got someone like me, I'm gonna call them out on YouTube. So there's a group of about 4 people, a mom and probably 3 teens or whatnot. And they're just basically orbiting each other, and I'm not sure if they've necessarily been to the store before, because they're like, okay, well, we need grilled cheese. What goes on grilled cheese? Does bread go on grilled cheese? And I'm sitting here like, what is going on? She was just wandering through the aisles like, is this the cheese I need? Is this the cheese I need? Is this the cheese I need? Like getting in everybody's way and not realizing that like she had no like personal space awareness. I don't think we need an enchiladas. Do we? Because we had that extra one. Let's get your soup since I'm already facing this way. But yeah, like they were clogging up the entrance to the refrigerated like cheese and meat aisle, and people were having trouble getting around them. And then they started moving down the aisle, but there was a click list person in the center, so that was making everybody have to go around them because they have a big giant cart. And then, and like she was sitting here just like. And then she'd like back up and like, there's this lady that's, you know, overweight and in one of the motorized carts, and she'd like look up at the person. I'm like, yeah, this girl. And I looked over at the lady in the cart, and she was getting angry, and I'm like, this girl has no idea what she's doing. You need room made. Yeah. I find it very odd that some of his cans have a recycle on it and some of them don't. Are you only supposed to recycle the ones with the recycle thing on them? Cheesy bowls. Used to eat completes. When was that? When were?
Early days of stream.
Yes, because we were getting them at the Walmart, and we were living out in East Vancouver. Okay, so let's go back down. It's the coffee aisle where coffee's across from seasoning. Technically, it was there before, or was coffee across from cereal last time? Whatever. I just know that coffee and seasoning are like in the same aisle now. Of course, we have to deal with wall stupid K-cup, so that's what. Oh boy. And we need. Oh, what are we getting here? Willie's still on the. Over there. I was in the gym. I've been in the gym about an hour. I did chest. Not a lot of people in there, but again, it's a Sunday night. So I might, depending, there's literally another 2017 Prius right next to my car, and I'm momentarily. So you guys are probably gonna laugh. But that's my car, and that's their car. I could not figure out which one it was. I had to check the license plate because to my eyes, they are the same color. I need to know the schedule before I make any final decisions. But I may start going to the gym after practice. Because that's how you hardcore do it. Bam, bam. So yeah, it's 7:22. Okay, no, I was like in there for an hour and 20. Oops. I took my time. I was chatting with people. Not in the gym. I don't know anybody in the gym. So I was talking with people on Instagram. So yeah, I wanted to do bench. So I did bench that I knew I could do. So, let's see if I can get this bigger here. I know, haha, I use a rainbow. As I've said before, I use a rainbow because it's easy to use on this thing, and it's the order in which I did them because I'm neurotic and need to do that. So you guys see that last column there? This one? That's what I did. If you guys can kind of see if we can. Ugh. Can't yet. If I go vertical, maybe. There we are. That's close. So if you look, you can see what I did on like decline, chest. The reason why it's stated the way it is because I did 135, which is a 45 plate on each side, and I did that twice. So I did 5 reps because Aaron taught me this little trick. That's my reps, in case I ever get confused. But that's the exercise I do. There's the reps I do. 5 by 5 typically. So 5 sets of 5 reps. What I did, as you can see on the red one, is I did 135 and I said times 2, which means I did 135 reps, or I did 135 pounds. So as you can see, I did 135. I didn't really want to, I needed to tweak it so that I could do that stuff. So I basically did 10 in a row of 135, and then I did 3 sets of 5 of 155. And y'all will be like, you're weak. You know what? We're so late in the thing right now. Only like Joseph 03 and Fish Nugget are watching, and Matt are watching at this point. But as you can see, like the rest of that is like chest fly, stuff like that. That's pretty much my chest day. And you can see down there, there's back. And you can see there's legs. Legs has 1 more exercise in total. And it's like, there's the cleans up the top, up here. And then there's squat, and they're in a weird order, and then donkey kick and all that jazz. Is that I keep track of it. Here's chest. I have been keeping track of it. Notice I did pretty much the same Notice I pretty much did the same exercises in the same order those days, but I usually vary it pretty decently. And then it's going all the way back to September 20th. I mean, what do you think? Comment below. I know you're gonna have Notification Squad down there already, but do you think I should, like, do practice and then go to the gym afterwards? Maybe not legs if it's legs, depending on the practice. I want pizza. I'm going home. Well, I don't know if the NFL this weekend happened the way everybody thinks it, but that certainly was, at least for the Titans, an interesting weekend, because during the game, people were like, you are absolutely the worst wildcard team I have ever seen. But we are a wildcard team. And then they wound up winning. So now they're moving on to move against the Patriots. And I was like, good run. So,
who knows? They could pull some BS out.
That's going to be interesting.
Upset of the season.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. I talked with my anyways, Willie and Alex are, Vikings fans, and I was like, so who do I need to be rooting for? Because I want to root for the Panthers, but if the Saints are an easier game for you guys, maybe I'll root for them. And they're like, no, it's kind of equal either way, and then Alex was like, I'd rather play the Panthers. I was like, cool, so business as usual. However, they did not make it into the playoffs. The Saints are going against the Vikings. And I found like the perfect gif from the actual show, Vikings, where I think they go up against Christianity or something like that. But there's a guy in like
you know, the little like deacon hat thing, and he's like reaching up and putting his thumb on the forehead of one of the Vikings, and you can just see the guy like eyes crossed, and I'm like, this is what are you doing to me? So the Falcons are going against the Eagles, and I thought about posting to Facebook. I was like, looks like we're having a bird bowl this year, and it's not the Seahawks. Then I went, no. So I went, hey 12s, how are your Sounders doing? Soccer team. Which,
that backpack.
yeah, I know. It's a really popular backpack.
Oh.
And so it was funny because Brad down in Medford actually got back to me on that one. They lost in championship round against Toronto. I was like, Canada beats you in soccer? Seattle, stop. You're bad. When Canada beats you in soccer, Canada can beat you in
Baseball.
Okay. I was gonna say hockey.
Yeah.
I still forget its name, but it's where you throw the stone down the ice.
Curling.
Curling. They can beat you in curling. They could beat you in any outdoor winter sport, for Christ's sakes. But
Does Seattle even have a curling team?
no, it's not an American thing.
No.
Okay, it is an American thing. We have a curling team. You'll probably see them in the Olympics if I watch curling. I'm mildly interested because Trevor, who is on a curling team up in Canada for his university, learned a little bit about curling, but it's not that confusing. It's actually not that confusing, but it's a lot more in-depth than you think about it because of how you handle the brushes and stuff and how you manage the lanes the second time around or the third time around and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near as complicated as cricket. And
I was watching the cricket guys just warming up and practicing.
oh yeah,
And one of them trotted down the pitch and was apparently going to actually like imitate throwing the ball, but I thought he tripped because he went into a.
oh yeah, no, they
That's how they do it.
yeah. There was that baseball movie from way back when, and the guy just like randomly took a trip to India and he watched the cricket pitchers. That's the thing is, I'm like,
You play on a pitch and they're pitchers.
yeah, but and so anyways, and that he was like clocking their ball, he was clocking their throws at like 100 miles an hour, but they'd sit there and they'd pause, and this would happen, and then he'd recruited them for their baseball team, and they'd sit there on one leg, perched like a little flamingo, and like nobody knew what was going on, and then all of a sudden, and it just flew right into the guy's hand. Like, what?
Cricket is all about inertia.
Yeah. Oh. So don't want to go past the gym and not spin it. And so, but I'm not. Nick, he still thinks I'm going to be a defensive end. I'm like, I'm an outside linebacker, more nickel corner, not defensive end, outside linebacker. But anyways, but yeah, so the rest of like the wild card weekend is like, it seemed to kind of go the way it's going to go, but like I'm glad that the Titans made it through. Not so happy the Panthers didn't make it through. I feel like I'm just being dumb because I just don't know the brackets right now. I've looked it up 4 times this weekend, and that's probably why. Is I'm becoming 27. I'm becoming, you know, I don't want to say like the, I don't want to say like the
You're getting used
the demographic.
You're getting used to having information at your fingertips.
Yeah, I'm becoming like the demographic. I'm becoming a millennial and on demand thing. I don't have to remember things because I can look it up. I can look it up right now. I just don't really want to. So, do you have anything from this weekend? How'd your coins go?
Ethereum spiked at 1,200 and is down to just over 1,000 now.
Did you set the buy last night? Because I'm like, if it went past 1,000.
It did. It went.
Well, no, what I'm saying is on the way up, did you? My question is, I didn't know when you put the buy order in, if it was when it was below 1,000, and I don't know why you would have done it at 1,000 before. That seems stupid, but you've put in weird orders before, and so I was like, why didn't it buy?
It won't let you put in an order for, or a buy order for
over
more than the current.
Okay, so it does have its
logical limit.
Gotcha. And now it's back down to like 900, but you bought at
No, it's down at like 1,060.
Oh, it was below. It's been very volatile this morning.
Not super volatile, but it did spike down.
Well, it passed the 1,000, which is why you bought this morning?
I bought last night.
Oh, that was last night. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was this morning. And that's because we were like, did that buy? Are you sure that bought? Anyways.
Yeah, because it took a long time to register.
Yeah.
because there were like several thousand coins for sale at that price.
Yeah. So he bought some at 1,000 and it's going back up. And did you put in the sell order for like 1,200?
1250.
1250? That's good. But anyways, your train's coming in.
No train. Bye.